What you're doing isn't going to make a difference. And then if I start to believe that lie and not recognize the lies of the enemy, then myself and my flesh starts to believe, and I start to fall into the trap of, you know what? I'm not going to be able to do this, what God's called me to do. I don't have what it takes. Other people could do a better job. And I start comparing, and I start to feel discouraged. I start to be insecure. Excuse me. But it's all about me. When I fall into that, this problem of discouragement, it's all about me. It's like the mission somehow that I wanted to do for God became about me. That thing I wanted to do, the thing he wants you to carry out for him, for his glory. It becomes about us when we start to believe the lie. The enemy wants our focus off of Christ, onto ourselves, onto what we're incapable of doing on our own. And he wants us to have this big opposition just become ourself. Now, that's been my problem with my mission. But your problems for your calling and your mission may be different. It may be that you just have been too busy and it's just distracted you from God's callings in your life, from the things that he wants you to be carrying out. And it could be that maybe you've just grown apathetic and you've just had a lot of neglect in your relationship with God and your time with God, and so there's just apathy. And so that's your problem with yourself. You've just gotten too into selfish motivations and pleasures and distractions and busyness of your plans and agendas. And maybe that's your issue, but it's important that before we move on to the callings that God has for us, that we take on the enemy of herself and the lies that maybe the enemy is cooperating with us on, and we identify them. So the Father, I believe, wants to tell the church, and he's been telling it through so many mouthpieces, church, wake up. You're the light of the world. You're the light of the world. We don't have time for us to wallow around in a mission of self and self-agenda. We don't have time for that. It's time to wake up. Have you ever just pushed a snooze button on your alarm when it goes off because you just want a few more minutes of oblivion? And it's just so nice just to lay there. But it takes you a while to come to your senses when you're waking up. And I believe that God is doing this throughout the church today. He is saying, come to your senses and wake up. You are not to be about living for yourself. There is a world that's dying, and I have called you, and I have sent you. You are to reach out. You are to be my hands and feet, and go. I am sending you. You who think so little of yourself. Yes, you. I am sending you.